Morning, guys. Jim Squares here again, bringing you some more solutions to make your life better, more productive, and make you more money. So today, I have a money productivity hack. And before I get into it, make sure to like and subscribe down below, and you won't miss out on anything, and you'll continue to be able to improve yourself and get your finances more in order, and squeeze out that little bit of extra that we all could use, and it makes a big difference. So next is using the Google Calendar to save on renewals and avoid fees. So here's for example, if you're buying, here's the ways I use Google Calendar in my personal life to make sure it works better for me. Whenever I buy a big appliance, if I'm buying new or if I'm buying like from a store locally to me, so like a fridge, stove, dishwasher, furnace, water heater, things like that, they always come with a warranty. And usually I never paid attention to it. But what I started to do a couple years back was I would look at, say, hey, you're buying a fridge, you get a year warranty. And it's like, well, I'm never going to remember I bought it on July 7th, 2021. Well, what I do is I go into my Google Calendar and I go out a year and then I back up a month or a week before that expiry of the warranty. And what it just says is check over your thing, make sure it's all working okay and everything looks good. Because if something looks weird, then you could call that place you bought it from. They can replace it, fix it, and no cost to you. So this has saved me a lot because I've found things. It's like, oh, hey, that broke, or hey, this is a problem. So that I highly recommend doing that. So that's one thing for buying new appliances. The other way I use a Google Calendar is for reminders. So I like to keep a clear mind, so not to be thinking about anything. So what I do is, for example, like checking the furnace filter. So every 3 months, I have something in my calendar. It pops up and goes, hey, check the furnace filter. Rotate my tires. So I have tires, winter and summer tires, and I stack them on their side. You're not supposed to, but I have limited space, so that I do that. And I rotate them essentially I think it's every month. I don't remember what I find. I look up online what the right thing to do is, and I go, okay, hey, it's a month, and I put a reminder in my calendar. I'm done. It's just reoccurring. It always does it. License plate renewals. One time, I got a ticket. I got pulled over by a police officer, and I was like, hey, how's it going? I was like, what's wrong, officer? And, because I thought I was fine. And he's like, oh, did you know your license plate's expired? I had no idea. Somehow they expired. I don't look at my license plate. I just get in my car and I go. Now, I tried to plead with him and say, I didn't know. Look at my record. It's clean. And it didn't matter. He didn't care. So I was like, no, you're too expired. You should have known. So now I have a Google Calendar reminder. 2 weeks before it expires, it comes and says, did you get your sticker and put it on your plates? And then I go out and, I go check it. And I haven't had the problem since. So now I've saved myself, I think the ticket was like $60, I think. So it's like ridiculous. But anyways, so that I was not happy about that ticket. But now I put in a process or a system where I don't have to worry about it anymore. Another way I use this too is property taxes. So I like to hold my money as long as I can, and then I pay off the bill. Not the last minute because there's something could come up and so some emergency, but I pay it like a week before it's due. And property taxes is a perfect thing. So I can split my property taxes in 2 payments, the end of January, end of June. And what I do is I put a reminder in my Google Calendar like the week before the end of it, and I say, pay your property taxes. And it just pops up, done. Same thing with the water bill. I get it quarterly and I pay it at the very, a week before it's due, done. So if you think about that old front loading episode I put about investing in your 401k, which also works for your Roth, by the way. I didn't put that in the video, but I should have. This is essentially the longer you keep your money, the more it can work for you and the bigger it can grow, which is always a good thing for us and for our whoever we're giving the money to when we're gone. So, or our wives or whatever. So yes, highly recommend using Google Calendar or whatever calendaring system you do. Just put it in there, put a reminder. It's not that bad. It's really easy. And it doesn't take too much time, especially right when you get something. If you do it right away, then your best bet. If you put things off, that's when you get screwed and you forget, and it gets stacked in the stack of papers, it gets lost, whatever. So the more of these reminders you have in, and the more you trust your system, the more likely you will to rely on it and use it. So yes, definitely, I highly recommend using a calendar or Google Calendar to have reminders for these things, buying big equipment, buying new equipment, anything with a warranty, anything you're paying more big bucks for or bigger money, where it would hurt to pay a lot to replace again, or you don't want to repair it and pay unnecessary fees. So anything to avoid fees, highly recommend it. If you have other ideas, put them down below, because maybe you'll give me some ideas that I could use and other people around the environment that can use too. So definitely put them in the notes and keep growing together. And we'll be talking to you later. Take care. Later.